Liverpool 4, Man United nil. And in the league, that's 9-0 on aggregate. That is absolutely mental. First of all, let's talk about Liverpool. They were phenomenal in this game, particularly the second goal. What an amazing move from Liverpool. And then finish off by Mohamed Salah. Fantastic from Liverpool. They were utterly dominant. And I think at 2-0, everyone thought this could be an absolute hiding. But they started slower in the second half, and then eventually it took them until the 68th minute to get their third through Mane, and then Salah made it four with a chip over De Gea. Phenomenal result for Liverpool. They had 5 shots on target the whole game, but that doesn't really tell the story. They had 70% possession, they created 4 big chances, 9 corners, 879 passes. That is ridiculous. And on the table now, that leaves them top, played 32 on 76 points, but also they've got a far superior goal difference than Man City. So if it does come down to goal difference, it's likely that Liverpool will probably beat Man City in that area. So Liverpool, they're doing all they can to finish top, and their next game, Everton at home, you'd fancy them. That's quite a comfortable game, even though on paper it's a Merseyside derby. Given the phenomenal form Liverpool are in and the world-class attackers they have that can just change a game in an instant, no doubt Liverpool will comfortably win that game. But for Man United, shocking. I mean, this is one of the worst Man United teams, if not the worst Man United team in the last 30, 40 years. It's so embarrassing from their point of view. To concede so early on is just shambolic. I mean, Phil Jones, this was his second start since January 2020. I mean, what were they really expecting from him, to be honest? I know they have injuries and they have problems off the pitch as well, not just with the board, but obviously more importantly, what Ronaldo's been going through, that must have affected the team, dressing room dynamic. I mean, such a horrific event like that happening to Ronaldo is bound to happen. It's bound to have an effect on the team, and that just puts football and everything into perspective, really, which is really sad. And Man United just never got going in the match. They were really, really poor. But what I will say is in the second half, they did show some fight and character, and it looked like they were coming slowly back into the game and potentially earning a goal. And Sancho did have an impact. I think from a Man United's point of view, he was my man of the match, because when he did come on, he was lively. He was looking to drive at the Liverpool defence and showed 1 or 2 promising moments. But outside from him, it was really poor individual displays from Man United, and it leaves them 6th, having played 2 games more than Arsenal, but level on points, and 1 game more and 3 points away from Spurs. And in the race for the top 4, it's very interesting because now Man United play Arsenal away, then Chelsea at home. So very exciting fixtures coming up from a neutral point of view. But from Man United's point of view, I mean, in all likelihood they were going to lose this game, but the manner of which they did, especially in the first half, was really, really poor. And this result makes the title race even more exciting, I guess, with Man City. Their turn. Let's see if they can react to Liverpool's win. So just a quick review of the game. Overall, we didn't really learn too much other than that, well, Mo Salah's back. I don't think he needed to necessarily prove to everyone that he was back with a goal, but it was a phenomenal performance from him. And we also learned that, even in the big games, Luis Diaz can come up in the massive moments. And to be fair, Mane, arguably he was the man of the match. I mean, for me, I'm going to be a little bit hipster and go Thiago, because especially in the first half, Thiago just completely controlled the midfield. He had the most passes and touches and was phenomenal. And really in these big games, it's a cliche, but the midfield wins the battle, they're the team that win the game. And Thiago completely controlled the Liverpool midfield and helped dominate the game. So for me, Thiago was man of the match, but Mane was superb. Phenomenal performance from him, and I think since Luis Diaz has signed, it's really pushed Mane to produce better performances, and I think Mane's got better as the season has gone on, especially since Jota's playing and getting more minutes and scoring more goals, and since Luis Diaz has signed, I think Mane's really stepped up his game, and of course Salah was phenomenal today. So apart from maybe Salah coming back and Mane improving even more, we didn't really learn too much about both teams. It's just more of the same olds, really. And I think the gap between Liverpool and Man United is just widening even more. And, Ten Hag has got a massive job in his hands to secure Man United any sense of pride and accomplishment for next season and beyond. Really, it's even harder for Man United to reach the top four, isn't it? But like I said, Man United have got games against Arsenal and Chelsea, and they're very tasty fixtures. And if they can win them, they've still got a chance of reaching the top four. So just a quick review of Liverpool Man United. It's a great game for the neutral, but not so good for Man United fans.